Welcome again in CakePHP tutorial. So in previous tutorial we have created an API endpoint for login our user. For example, that was the tutorial. I just created a endpoint, and after send a post request with email and password, we just got the user information in here. So in this tutorial we will implement JSON Web Token or JWT token in our API. So let's proceed. So in very beginning, I just created a route, and you can see it's a post route. So it will only accept the post request, and I just assign here the controller name and the action name, and also mention that its prefix is API. And in price plus controller, this is my controller, and in here I just created a function that called add category, and here I just return a hello. So now if you just send a request in category, so you can see that I am in add category.json given this extension, and if you just send the request, you should see hello. So now question that it's working without any authorization. That means I have not given any authorization barrier token or any token in here. So it's working without any token. So we'll implement here the JSON Web Token, that if it's validate or after the validate the token or verify the token, we are able to submit the request in this URL. So let's proceed. So for implement the JWT token, we should follow some steps in CakePHP. First, we will we will use a package. So you can see the Firebase PHP JWT package in here. Not only Laravel, not only CakePHP, you are also able to use this package in Laravel. So any other language, PHP, any other PHP framework, and also in any PHP project you are able to use this package. So here you can see the main purpose of this package is we wanted to just create a hash or encoder. For the encode and decode purposes we will use this package, and it's supported almost all algorithm and everything that they have just they have written. We will use this package. So if you go in JWT website, jwt.io, I think the name of the website. So if you go in here, you will see that they have some algorithm list. So there is lots of algorithm list, and based on this algorithm, this hash actually created, and this hash has some data, or for example 3 parts. One is the header, and in header they can actually mention that this algorithm is which algorithm they have used, and the payload, and you can see that in payload the subject name, other things in here, and also there is the verify signature, and in every JWT token has a verify signature, and depend on algorithm the signature structure will be changed. For example, in this tutorial we will use RS256 algorithm. If you just click in here, you will see this hash structure has changed. In the same time, you will see the verify signature structure also has changed. You can see that they have for if you use this algorithm, you need a public key, also you need a private key. Okay, so let's proceed. Let's go in to follow the first step. I will just first install this package. So there is instruction that how you will install this package. I'm just going to copy this line and just go in my project directory and hit on give the instruction and hit on enter. So you will see that package will be installed, and after that the second step that we will follow, we need the public and private key. So for that we will go in authorization CakePHP authorization, so authenticators this documentation. So I just given all links, these links and also this link, and 3 links all links I have given in video description. So if you just come in here, in right side you will see the JWT, this option. If you just click on here, you will see that they have given the instruction that how you will implement it. So to generate the public and private key, here is the command. I'm just going to copy this line and hit on enter in here. And for the public key, I just need to copy this line, and the same thing, I just need to give the instruction and hit on enter. A private key will generate. So where it is actually generated, it will generate it in config folder, and you will see the two files in here. One is the JWT key, this is actually a private key, and another is JWT public key. This is the private key and this is the public key. So let's proceed the next step. So now we have to implement a guard or write some code in our middleware to prevent to check that the user send a JSON web token with his request, and then we have to also verify this token in our middleware. Okay, so this portion will work. So these two key actually for two purpose. To generate a JWT token, you have to use the private key, and to verify the token, you have to use the public key. Okay, so let's go in our application.php. So I'm now in our middleware. So I'm going in my application.php in source and closing this part. And if you go in below in get authentication service, so in here is the simple for login user, everything was the same. So it's actually using the session token, because when a user will log in our application in normal purpose, not in that's called API, in normal user, if the access in here, sorry, it's given a error, so I will see later. But for normal user, it will actually generate the session token. But in here, what we will do, we need to check that if the request come, then it should be with a JSON web token, and the request should come from prefix API. So here we just given a API prefix check that if this request come from API prefix, then do this portion. Okay, so what we'll do, it will actually just check this portion that CakePHP has given. So I'm just going to copy this all line from here and just paste it in here. Okay, so else it will do the authentication session, this part. Okay, so now if this prefix is API, it will just check the JSON web token using this public key. So you can see that in here secret key they have used the file get contents and the config and JWT private key, and here they have mentioned also the RS-256 algorithm that we are using in here, and payload they have given this false. So if you just select this write this part, and if you just go now in your Postman and try again to add category.json, now send a request again, you should see authentication is required to continue this message. So now next thing, we need to send a request in our login, and login should return a token for us, and by this token we should send a request in here, and we should be able to save our category, right? So for that, let's change our controller in our API and price plus controller, and here you can see the login method in here. So you can see that the previous tutorial we just verify that this user is logged in user, and we just return the logged in user entity, And in this tutorial we will just change little bit in here. So first we need to generate a JSON web token. So for that we will just follow this package. So that is the way they have written in here. You can see for encode you have to actually first three parameters that you have to give. First one is the payload, second one is the key, and final one is the name of your algorithm. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going in here and I'm just going to write the same code in here. So we need to create a payload first, because first we have to send a payload in here. So I'm just going to create a payload, and in this payload there is two key that I'm just writing. First one is the sub, that means subject, and subject should be unique. So I'm just sending here the user ID, because the user ID will be unique. And second, I'm just mentioning here the expiry. So for that you have to just exp, that means the expiry, and you have to write the same word or same, that's how I have written, the same thing that you have to follow. Okay, don't write here the expiry full sentence, full word. You have to just write expr, exp. Okay, so now I have to just give here the time plus 60. So that means it will return the time that's in second. So present time plus 60 seconds. So the live of this token will be only 1 minute or 60 seconds that I have given. And next we have to just second thing, we have to give the key, right? So key, so this key actually we have to use the private key. So when we just checked here, match the token, we have used here the public key, and here when we will generate the token we have to use the public key, private key. So I'm just going to give here take the private key from my config. So here is the config and here is the private key. So I just given here the file get contents, this config, and I just taken this path, and also it will return the private key from this file. And the final one in here, I'm just going to create a array in here, and which I will return. So in this array I will mention here the token, and my token will be JWT encode, JWT and encode, so this one. And here I will send the payload, this one, and the second I will just send the private key, this one, and third I will send the algorithm name, which I have used also in here, RS256. So RS256, and then it's enough. But if you want to also send the user information, that you can send here user entity, then you can also send the user, which user actually logged in. So this is the user data, and I'm just going to save it. So this user will return in here after with the token. Okay, also we have to use this JWT class in here. Without this it will not generate the encoded. Okay, so you have to use this one. So now let's go in Postman and just try to log in again. So if you send a request, you should see the token. So now copy this token from here, just go in your add category, just select the barrier token from here and give the token in here. And now if you just send a request, you should see hello now. Okay, so after 1 minute you should see that again the authentication or authorization is required. So source code already given in video in GitHub, and also given the link in video description, so you can check. If you face any problem, you can give me comment comment, or you can communicate me with WhatsApp. So I just given the everything communication my line in video description. So thank you for watching this tutorial. Welcome for the next tutorial.